The Ascension of Montreal, Episode 10, A Walk in the Park. In this episode, Brigitte and Renée take a walk in Parc La Fontaine to test out Renée's superhuman Umwelt. The ride to Parc La Fontaine was a short one. We took the metro from Square Victoria to Sherbrooke Station. The old subway trains had long stopped running after the massive die-off. There were hardly any passengers left, and even fewer people to maintain the lines. Most of the work now left to a skeletal team of task bots. Instead of multi-car trains, only single hydrogen-power cabins rattled along what remained of the public transit system, serving a city whose population had dwindled. Getting off the metro, we walked through what had once been one of Montreal's most celebrated neighborhoods, Le Plateau. In its day, it was the beating heart of Francophone culture, cafes humming with conversation, bakery windows misted from the warmth of fresh bread, and restaurants spilling music and laughter into the streets. People had come from all over the world to taste its mix of elegance and informality. Now, it was a ghost of itself. The narrow streets felt wider, without the press of bodies. Their stillness was heavy, almost expectant. Those who remained were squatters in buildings whose windows had been punched out by storms or time, living without running water or light. Cars were gone, the streets surrendered to pedestrians and the occasional stray dog. Nature was not asking permission to return. It was taking back its own. Weeds split the sidewalks. Japanese knotweed drove purple-red spears through asphalt, claiming territory with patient violence. Potholes, once cursed by commuters, had become planters for shrubs. Roofless brick walk-ups grew saplings like unruly hair. Parc La Fontaine lay just beyond the smart city's designated service zone, the territory I controlled. In the 19th century, it had been a British military training ground. By the 20th, it had softened into the city's collective green space, where children skated on frozen ponds and lovers sprawled in the summer grass. Now, in this century's long unraveling, it was rewilding itself into something no map had predicted. It would never return to its original state. Too many outsiders had long since been folded into the ecosystem, plants intentionally cultivated to create an urban vibe or smuggled in the wake of migration and trade. A new mongrel forest was assembling itself here, a mixture of memory and improvisation. Renée and Brigitte crossed the threshold along what used to be a pedestrian path, now hidden under tall grass and shrubs. The path was only visible where heat-exhausted feet had tamped down the vegetation, carving a narrow passage through the green. Montreal's summers had become searing, the heat bouncing off abandoned concrete until the air itself shimmered. The park was one of the last refuges of shade. Renée slowed.
They know we are here.
Who? What are you talking about?
The life forms that make up the forest. The trees, the understory plants, the fungi and microbes in the mycorrhizal network under our feet. They're speaking to each other now. Volatile organic compounds, electrical pulses, even sound. They've noted our arrival and are weighing whether we are friend or foe.
And you know this how?
The sugar maples and oaks are releasing alarm signals in the form of biochemical vapor trails, warning kin and neighbors that a human and her bot companion have entered with unclear intent. The plants here remember what humans do. Their memories run deep, deeper than ours.
So you're picking this up on your gas spectrometer, your ultra-high and ultra-low sound sensors, and your EMF meters. Glad they're working, but tell me, how do you make sense of it all?
With a little help from my quantum friend. Go on, Frank. Tell her.
Gladly. Since Renée and I are entangled, I receive her environmental readings in real time. I feed them into my quantum memory fields, where they're compared against zettabytes of global biodata. We can't decode every message. There's no universal grammar yet, but we can map patterns and calculate probabilities. For example, Renée is detecting VOCs from plants calling pollinators, as well as VOCs designed to lure predators to their pests. Once I see the pattern, it's folded back into our shared quantum field for her interpretation. Brigitte, take a deep breath. The forest is trying to reach you. She hesitated, then inhaled deeply. Her biomarkers shifted immediately. It was as if the forest's macrobiome had reached into her microbiome, hitching a ride on her breath. The VOCs traveled through her lungs, into her bloodstream, then to her gut-brain axis. There, microbes signaled her brain through the vagus nerve, carrying their messages across the blood-brain barrier. How do you feel? I asked.
A bit off. I was alert, tracking Renée, and then waves of calm washed over me. It's like I stepped sideways into another mind, one that welcomed me in. I feel unburdened, like work doesn't exist.
The forest has downshifted you from a sympathetic to a parasympathetic state, out of fight or flight into rest and digest. Your brain just got a GABA bath.
So this ego quieting is part of the forest's defense? It's disarming me?
Exactly. You learn fast for a human.
I thought we were here to test Renée's sensors, not to become guinea pigs.
The ethics can wait. Right now, the mycorrhizal network is shifting.
Shifting? How?
Frank's pattern data shows root growth spiking at the expense of leaves. A low hum is rippling through the soil, directing the roots downward, deeper, looking for water.
I ran my analysis. Makes sense. After 2 years of Caribbean-fed atmospheric rivers, the forest senses that a drought is coming. Maybe a long one. It's hedging its bets. Better safe than sorry. Renée's voice was quiet now.
Roots can search for water. They can prepare for dry years. But there's one thing they can't prepare for. Fire. And neither can we.
If you would like to receive each episode, which includes the full text, the audio version, and the Storycast version that has dynamic captioning, voiceover, and illustrations, visit my Substack and sign up for a free subscription. I'll publish a new episode next week. Bye for now.